Right, okay, so I'm going to show you the last page of what I was talking about last lesson about, let's say, the application page, so where we're going to apply for jobs. So you could have an actual image of a job advertisement or advertisements, or you could have links like so. Obviously, your links might be different to that in terms of colors, etc. But you can do it either way. So, for example, say I was going to put an advertisement in there before they can apply for a job. Okay, so I'm just going to basically insert a div tag in here, and I'm going to nest it in. Okay, because I want the image to go in here. Sorry, I won't do that. I'll do another way. I'll do it. So I'm just going to click in there. I'm just going to insert image. Okay, that might be easier, and nest it in. So when I've nested it in, I've already basically what I did. I went on the internet and found a job advertisement for a web developer. So I've saved that as a JPEG. Okay, now I'm going to add that onto the last page. You might not want to do it like this. And so my last page now looks like this. It's got my banner at the top with my links to different pages. And then when I scroll down, I've got this advertisement here. Okay, and then after that, I might do a form after that to basically say I want my form to basically apply for that job above. Okay, or another way I could do it is if I didn't want this massive advert there, then what I could do is I could have links like I have here, and I could just highlight the link and create a hyperlink. Okay, so I could just basically create a hyperlink like that. Okay, so I could press hyperlink there, and then if I go on there, there's lots of different websites. I can just go on any website. So job site, for example, Reeds, The Guardian. I'm just going to go on the first one that's there, and there's lots and lots of jobs there. I'm going to select one. Confirm my choices. I'm going to select this first one, which I selected last time as well. Obviously select individual ones, and then I'm going to copy that link. Okay, and then what I will do is I'll link it there. So I'll paste it in there, and that's my link there done. Okay, so I've linked that now to that website. For example, that's my first link. I could have a second, third. Obviously, you can rename what you want to call this link. I might call it web developer job in Manchester. Okay, so I say job in Manchester, job in London, job in Brighton, whatever it is. I can change that link so it actually reads that. So you can see there's the text. I can just change the text here. Web developer Manchester. Okay, so that was the job in Manchester, so I've just changed the name there. So now it's called Web Developer Manchester, and when I click on it, it should take me to the website showing me the job development, Web Developer job in Manchester. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so now say after this, I'm ready now to add my form so you can apply for the job. So I'm going to insert div tag, and I want to do it after. Okay, so I've got my div tag here. I'm just doing the div tag because I want to keep it clean, and then I can highlight that div tag, and I know where it is. It's here, and I can basically, I'm going to leave that content in there for now. Actually, I'll just change it so you can see what's going here. Just change it to form goes here. Okay, so the form's going to go there, and in that div tag, I'm going to put a form in, and I'm going to start here. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a title in. That might not show up on the form, but I'm going to put it in there just so I know where my form starts, okay, and what it's about. So I'm going to put a title tag in, and in the title, I'm just going to give it something like a form, just so I know what I'm doing here. And I've got an indicator of what's going on. So form validation. Okay, so there's going to be a form with validation on it. And then I'll start with, say, my first line. Now, before I start the first line, just want to give you a heads up. In Teams, you might be thinking, but how do you know how to do this? Well, in Teams, there's some worksheets I've put in here, Unit 6, under Files, and Class Material. What I've done is I've put these in here. No, I haven't. They're not there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some files in here, which I thought I already did. They might be in recordings. Yeah, they're in the recordings. So in recordings, I'll move that after, but for now I'll leave it in there. So in recordings, you'll see JavaScript worksheets, okay? And in JavaScript worksheets, you will see these worksheets in the presentation. By all means, use them, okay, to understand what JavaScript does, okay? But I'm going to show you anyway, but they're there just to gain a better understanding when you get a chance. So what I'm going to do first, I've got it from these worksheets, by the way, this first bit. So if you're thinking, how do I do that? In the worksheet, it tells you. So first of all, I'm gonna do a title. Okay. So first of all, I want the people to actually enter their title. So Mr., Miss, Mrs., whatever else might go in there. So I'm gonna have just start typing. What kind of heading do I want? I'll say I want. Come on, when it works. Here we go. So I want a H3, close it, and I want the first thing to say title and comma and a couple of spaces. And let's see that where that is now. You can see there, you can see title, yeah? So that's added that in there. So that's what that's added in, okay? Now, obviously, we want the user to select their title. They don't have to, they can type it in. You can just put a text box in there so they can type in. I'll show you how to do text box shortly, but first I'm going to show you how to do selectors, because this selector, you can also use it for selecting what job they want to apply for. So 1, 2, 3, you can pick it from the selector. Just as I'm doing this, you could also give them a selector for what job they want to apply for. 1, 2, 3. Remember, they have to do one job for every application. If you've got more than one advert, you can have advert 1, 2, 3, however you want. Okay, so you could reuse what I'm doing here for other sections. So like I said, I'm going to start here. I've given a couple of spaces already. There we go, there's a couple of spaces there, and I'm going to type in select and close that. Okay, now what do I want to select? Okay, so first of all, I want a list box. So I'm going to put in their name. Again, if you're not understanding this, there is the presentations which hopefully will give you a better idea. My list box. Okay, so I'm going to call it my list box. So this arrow's not supposed to be here. There you go. So name, my list box. We'll close it after. We don't close it till the end, okay? So let's leave that there. And then name my list box. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it list box, your name, whatever you want. That's just my variable. I'm calling it my list box, okay? And I'm going to give the ID. Again, ID, I'm just going to add that on. Equals is basically what do you give this ID. So I'm just calling it my list box. Again, keep it simple. My list box. So I know what's what. And then I'm going to enter that, okay? This select, okay, I'm just going to get rid of that select so it's on the next line, so it's not in my way. You can see where it is now, this where it ends here, okay? So I'm going to leave that there because I don't need it here. And then I'm going to put my options in. So how do I put options in? So what you do first of all, again, you put your tag in for options, okay? So options tag, oops. And then once you put your options tag in, I'm going to put in first title is Mr., for example, and then oops, sorry, I'll tell you why it's slightly wrong. I'll show you in a second, and because I have forgot to close this here when I opened it, okay? So can you see now that's gone white? Okay, so make sure you put this one in to close it. You have to close it before you start the next line. So my first option is Mr. And then I'm just going to copy that just to be a bit lazy. I'm going to enter, put the second option in. I'm going to enter, put the third option in. I'm just going to backspace that, so it's in with line with that. Mr. Miss, Mrs. Okay. For now, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. Obviously, you can add more in, as many in as you want, and then this ends it. Okay. So this ends your select tag at the end here. So it ends it here. So it starts there and ends there. Select H3, and that's there now. Okay. I'll show you how that works. Now, yeah, there we go. Can you see that? Oops. It's going all over the place. Okay. So Mr, Miss, Mrs. So the user will now be able to select whatever they want from that list. Okay, then I'm just going to show you the next one, and then the rest you should be able to do yourselves. So the next one here I'm going to put in is first name, for example. Okay, and then the concept's the same after that for surname, for address, for whatever fields you might want. I'm not going to choose your fields for you. These are common fields that are in every single form you'll fill in your life. Okay, so that's why I'm giving you this one here, this first name. You always get asked your first name, so I'm going to put in first name here, and then again semicolon, a couple of spaces just to give it a bit of breathing space, and then what we want to do this time is we're going to input. So what we're inputting in here, okay, so input and then type equals text. So this time we're going to input some text. So type equals text. Can you see it comes up anyway? So that's what's going to go in there. So this time we're going to input it in. You could do the same for the Mr, Miss, Mrs option as well. You can just get them to input it in. You can do that for every field you want. This is how you would do it. And now what name do you want to give it? Okay, you can call it whatever you want. Name, first name, surname, whatever you want. Because it's the first name, I'm just going to call it first name. Okay, here you can give it whatever name you want. The value, okay, so what needs to go in that box? What is the value of that box? At the moment, it's going to be nothing. It's going to be blank. We're going to let the user type in. So if you want it blank, basically quotation marks, whatever you put in between the quotation marks will show in the first name. I'll show you that after, but we'll show in the first name. So the value is quotation marks, which means it's blank. Give that an ID. Okay, so again, the ID will keep it simple. I'm going to call it first name again. Okay, and last but not least, what we need to do is we need to basically in the placeholder. So we need to put a placeholder in. So we type in placeholder, and then what do you want in the placeholder? I'm going to leave it blank for now. You can mess around with that and see what happens, but I'm going to leave that blank for now. So you can see there, that's what's happened so far. Yeah. If I put a value in here, which I don't want to do, I never want to do, it'll basically say that that's the value, and it won't work. Okay, the placeholder you could put in there just to give people a hint about what's meant to go in there. But if it's next to first name, then probably first name needs to go in there. But if I put hello in there, for example, you can see what happens on your screen. When you go to live, it'll show hello. Okay, at the moment it's not doing it, but on live it will show it. But yeah, so you get the idea. So first name, so all you need to do next is copy and paste, do the same for surname, and then any other fields you've got. Okay, so that's all you need to do for now. Make your form, put it wherever you want on your page. So you can see there's the top of my page, there's my advert, and then you can see my form goes at the bottom. And you can always copy and paste this form wherever you want after, if you want. So if you just make it, you can copy and paste it wherever you want. But yeah, that's it for now. Obviously follow them steps and you should be good to be able to complete your form. Yeah, any questions, obviously give me a shout. Otherwise, hopefully you should be able to make your form now. We'll add JavaScript to that at a later point, not right now. We just make the form for now and we'll add JavaScript to that, so it's got validation on it, so the users have to enter certain information. Okay, right, I'll leave it at that.